Yo, what's up, fam? How y'all doing? What's going on? We back with another video, and we are here. As I said earlier, my primary job to kind of help you out, to kind of encourage, to kind of support, to kind of help you be led in these areas is to be a chief reminding officer. Right. And so the greatest thing that you will ever do is make an investment into yourself. I also believe the greatest investment of your life that you will ever make is the investment that you make into your life spiritually. Right. Like I said, you know what I mean? And so it's not only spiritual health, it's also emotional health, because spiritual health and emotional health is tied in together. You can't have a great spiritual life without a great emotional life. You can have a great emotional life without having a great spiritual life. Right. And so today we want to talk about just what I do spiritually to get stronger. How am I getting spiritually stronger? How do I get spiritually stronger? What do I do? What are some practical steps, practical tools in order for me to get spiritually stronger, right? And so one of the things that I do daily, right? So faith is my number one value. Let's talk about value systems, right? So faith is my number one value. And so one thing that I do daily, I have a daily office. And Peter Scazzero's book, Emotionally Healthily Spirituality, talks about the daily office. Shameless plug, they're not paying for me that. They're not paying that for me, but I would definitely recommend Emotionally Healthy Spirituality, right? And so one of the things that I do daily to get stronger and better spiritually is that I do a daily office, right? And so I make time and I make room to be able to commune with God, to talk with God, to sit with God, to assess how I'm doing, to assess, more importantly, how I'm feeling. And so that's simply what I do. And so what is a daily office, right? My daily office consists of 30 minutes, but it's 30, 30, 30. So 30 in the morning, 30 at noon, and 30 at night to be able to be spiritually stronger, right? And so my daily office, what is a daily office? It's literally pausing for the cause of connection 3 times a day. I'm gonna say that one more time. So my daily office consists of pausing for the cause of connection spiritually 3 times a day. Right. And so mornings for me are more substantiated. They're more dense and more just a lot. There's more for me in the morning. So in the morning, I'm doing about 30 minutes, almost to an hour and 30 minutes where I'm in my word, I'm praying, I'm reading, I'm going over scripture. So I do about 6 chapters of, not 6, I do about 4 chapters of the Bible a day. And then I incorporate that into my prayer life, and I also incorporate that into like how I worship, right? And so 30 minutes to 1 hour, what am I doing? I'm praying for 10 of those minutes. We went over the Acts prayer model in one of our way earlier videos in the beginning. So our Acts prayer model, how we use the Acts prayer model. And after that, I'm going into, I'm always doing an Old Testament. So I'm either doing an Old Testament book, I'm always doing a proverb a day, and then I'm also doing a gospel a day. And so that's still a part of my daily office, right? And so for scripture reading, I do an Old Testament book, I do a proverb a day, Psalm or proverb, and then for the third one, I'm in the New Testament or the Gospels, right? And so I do that in the morning. Mornings are way more denser, about an hour and 30 minutes. I give myself to go all the way in with God. About around afternoon, I'm doing a lot of meetings, I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'm running around a lot. I pause for that for 30 minutes. So I do 10, 10, 10. I pray for 10. I pray for 10. I read for 10. And then I also worship for 10. That's in the midday. And then at night, I'm doing also 10, 10, 10. It's more lighter at night because ready to go to bed, ready to go to sleep. But this is my daily office. And this is how I incorporate my spirituality. This is how I stay spiritually fit and strong. That this is a routine and it's a discipline, and it's more times than not than I don't want to do that, right? And so questions about daily office, right? 4 questions about it. So here's what I do and when I journal, right? And so these are 4 questions that I ask myself when I journal. What am I anxious about? And I'm answering that question. What am I mad about? And I'm answering that question. What am I sad about? I'm answering that question. And what am I glad about? And I'm answering that question. So I do that. That's a part of my daily office of journaling. I answer those 4 questions daily to be able to regulate my emotions. So I'm just being honest. So one day I was mad about something that kind of happened one day, and I'm like, hey, I'm mad about this, and this, and this, this is this, and this, and this, and this. What am I sad about? Hey, I'm sad that, hey, I was unable to do this day, or I wasn't able to talk to this person, or I wasn't able to do that. And so those are 4 questions of my daily offices that I do daily, right? And then I make a file for it. I make it in, like, one of my mentors, my mentor said have an information management system, an IMS. And so every single time that I'm jotting these things down, whether it's on physical, I don't have my journal, not in here, my journal's out there, but whether it's on a physical paper or whether it's in my notes, I'm jotting those things down every single day, and I'm reviewing those things every single day, right? And so I make a file for those things every single day. Now, this was more tied to how to structure your morning times with God. How to structure your morning times. And so structure my morning times with a daily office where I pause for the cause for connection for 3 times a day. Morning is more substantiated. Morning is more dense. Afternoon and night is more 30 minutes. And I do that consistently. I do that consistently because you can't grow without consistency. You can't develop without some sort of consistency. You can't get disciplined without some sort of consistency. And so I'm able to implement and incorporate those things daily into my life to be able to feed my mind, feed my body, feed my spirit, and feed me, right? And so we do this. You do that. You're gonna see more fruit. You're gonna see more routine. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Great people are bored. Drop that bar for y'all. The traits of the greats, the people that are doing great things and big things, they're bored because they're doing the same things over and over and over and over again. And we can't get so caught up with microwave and can't get so caught up with wanting things overnight. It just does not happen that way. So the traits of the greats is that they're bored. They're bored and they're busy. And so we're trying to be great, not do great things, just be a great person. And we start this spiritually with our daily office. Our daily office, we pause for the cause for connection 3 times a day. Mornings for me are more substantiated, where I worship, I pray, and I journal. Afternoon and night are 30 days. And then after that, I'm asking myself core questions of the daily office. So this is another spiritual video. And like I said earlier, to be a chief reminding officer that the greatest investment that you will ever make is the investment that you make into yourself. Not what you put on, not what people see, but what are you putting in you? How are you feeding your mind? How are you feeding your spirit? How are you feeding your brain? And that's the greatest thing that you will ever do, is to invest in you. And the first area that you need to invest in is spiritually and then emotionally. And I believe everything else follows that, relationally, financially, spiritually, right? And so we're growing here. We're getting better. We're getting stronger. You know how we do it. You know the vibes. Keep going, keep pressing, and keep pushing.